Hi everyone, welcome to a poker vlog with a bit of a difference. Poker with kids.
Fuck it, let's go. Don't tease me. Let's play some fucking cards.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode number 23, this time on the beach of the Gold Coast, well sort of anyway. Burleigh Heads, pretty much get a 180 degree view of the ocean. As you can see behind me, down that way is New South Wales behind me, and in the distance over here the lights of the Gold Coast proper. Anyway, what I want to have a look at this episode is basically poker outside the casino on the Gold Coast, what it's like, what to expect, and some of the differences that you might see compared to other places, and in particular Melbourne, where I'm used to playing. Basically, the big difference up here is the amount of competition. In Victoria, the pub poker scene is pretty much dominated by APL. They run 80%, if not more, of the pub poker games in the state, and as a result there's really not much competition, especially after the recent deal that was done with ALH Hotels. In Queensland, Gold Coast, Brisbane, that's a very different situation. APL is still the biggest pub poker organiser. However, their market share is probably closer to 50, maybe just over 50%, and there are at least 5 or 6 other reasonable sized operations that run events up here. Being someone who does do some TD work for APL, I can kind of clue in a bit on some of the differences. One particular thing that I've noticed up here is the idea of brand recognition. Things like when you're setting up the tables, I can help make sure you don't cover the APL logo on the table. Down in Melbourne, that was never an issue. Just put the chips in the middle, so chips and cards in the middle, so it was easy for the players to get their stacks. Down here, it's very much a presentation, a brand recognition thing. So you very much have to, fan the cards, make sure they look nice, put the stacks around the tables. As I said, make sure the logo is definitely clear and visible, and obviously do things like venues a round of applause, and sort of make a big point about the venue hosting APL poker at the start of the evening. Something else that's very different up here is most of the TDs, at least the ones that work for APL, are pretty much full time, running 7 to 10 games a week. This is obviously very different to the situation down in Melbourne, where I was from, where almost all the TDs are doing their work as a second job, second income, and basically running anywhere from sort of 1 to 4 games a week. So very different in terms of who's running the events. You obviously see the TDs, given they're working so many events, that relationship between the TDs and the players really does build up very quickly because they're at so many games. But yeah, something that's a big difference from an organisational perspective up here. Another big difference is the major events. The APL big events that they run, things like the Pro Open, State Championships, all that kind of thing up here, qualify only free entry events, and they do that essentially to separate themselves from the competition. A lot of the competition run events with buy-ins. Myself, I've actually played in, as I mentioned in one of the previous blogs, the WPT event that was at Seagulls on Tweed Heads. Also, just before I actually filmed this one, I also played in the Australian Poker Tour event that was up here at Southport. And that's something that I've noticed a lot up here. There's a lot more of these major events, and some of the companies that might be a bit smaller in the sort of the regular games and not run as many regular games, they definitely put on big shows for their major events. And I think the recent APT event that just finished, I'll do a vlog on that very soon. That one actually had a total prize pool of almost $500,000, so quite a significant event in terms of money there. Another thing that was brought up, again in relation to those, particularly those major events, and the idea that APL's major events up here are essentially qualifier only, rather than having any sort of buy-in. This idea of, I suppose you call ethics and accountability, that with some of the other places they give out tickets to their events as prizes, that comes out of the prize pool from the event, the day, evening, whenever the events run. However, if a player then doesn't turn up to make use of that ticket, it's essentially money that goes back into the pocket of the organisers. APL with their events, for the most part, being qualifier only, free to play in that sense, that you qualified. In that sense, there's no real issue of money sort of taken. Although having said that, again, I was one of the TDs at the Grand Slam that was held a few weeks back, and under 50% of the people actually turn up that had qualified. So if there is a value to those qualified tickets, there's definitely some of that value being left on the table by people that don't turn up to these events. In terms of my own playing TD and that kind of thing, I've played a few events, run a few events up here, and obviously, as you'd expect, the poker players are a nice friendly bunch up here, as they are in Melbourne, and I imagine most places around the country. Again, just looking for a fun night out, play some cards, and have a bit of a social time as well. In terms of my own playing with APL, so far not the most successful. However, it's not to say that I haven't had some successes with poker up here, but I'll get to that, as I said, in a future vlog. But there is a bit of variety up here. I actually ran an event the other night. There was a $2 buy-in, had a $175 prize pool guaranteed to $100 for first, so not too bad for a $2 investment. And also played in another game that was $55, again another APL event, where you're looking at first prize of around $400 to $500, even though there are only sort of just over 2 tables worth of players, under 20 players. So reasonable prize again for an event like that. And again, I think for the most part, the operators are trying to do the best by the players, but I think competition's a healthy thing up here, and really pushes all the organisations to try and do their best to not only keep their player base, but obviously try and build it and grow their business and expand what they're doing. As you can probably tell from the background, it's getting a bit dark, and starting to get a few drops of rain as well. The late afternoon / early evening shower that seems to be a reasonably common occurrence up here. Looks like it's about to roll in. So we're going to wrap up this vlog. This is vlog number 23. Just clicked over 50 subscribers, so really good to see. Thanks for those people that have subscribed to the channel. And once again, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Thanks everyone.